Nobody calls it a mistake. They call it an upgrade, a slightly better phone, a nicer car, a bigger place, a smoother lifestyle, nothing crazy, just leveling up. At first, it feels earned. You worked harder, you make more, you deserve better. So you upgrade once, and something interesting happens. Your life feels better for about 2 weeks. Then it becomes normal. The new phone is just a phone. The nicer car is just how you get to work. The bigger place becomes the new baseline. And without realizing it, your brain quietly resets the standard. What used to feel luxurious now feels expected. So when the next raise comes, or the next bonus, or the next opportunity, you don't think, how do I buy back my time? You think, what's the next upgrade? And that's the illusion, because the trap isn't spending money. It's chasing a feeling that expires. By the end of this video, you'll see why this cycle never ends, why it feels like you're always making more, but never getting ahead, and how this invisible upgrade loop quietly steals your future, one small improvement at a time. The upgrade illusion doesn't start with bad decisions. It starts with progress. You earn a little more. Life gets a little easier. Stress drops. Comfort rises. Your brain connects the dots. More money equals better life. So it pushes you toward the easiest proof of success it can see. Visible upgrades. Things that signal growth to other people and to yourself. The problem is your brain adapts faster than your income. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation. But you don't feel it as a theory. You feel it as restlessness. The new normal settles in, and suddenly your old life feels unacceptable. The old phone feels slow. The old car feels embarrassing. The old apartment feels cramped. Nothing actually changed. Your baseline did. And here's the part no one warns you about. Every upgrade increases the cost of staying still. Your new lifestyle isn't just nicer, it's more expensive to maintain. So now instead of money buying freedom, money buys maintenance. You're not climbing a ladder anymore. You're running on a treadmill that speeds up with every raise. And once you're on it, getting off feels like going backward. This is where people get confused. They look at their situation and think, I'm doing everything right. Good job, rising income, no reckless spending. And yet, nothing feels stable. Because the upgrade illusion doesn't care about intelligence. It hijacks identity. Your lifestyle slowly becomes a reflection of who you think you are. Not in a loud way, in subtle ways. You don't upgrade because you want to impress others. You upgrade because not upgrading feels like failing yourself. Driving less than your peers feels like stagnation. Living smaller feels like regression. Saying no to upgrades feels like you're falling behind an invisible race. So when income rises, expenses rise automatically. Not because you're careless, but because your identity expanded with your paycheck. This is why two people can earn the same amount and feel completely different levels of pressure. One sees income as something to deploy. The other sees it as something to defend. And here's the quiet damage. The upgrade illusion keeps you focused on inputs, salary, raises, bonuses, instead of outputs, time, flexibility, options. You feel successful, but you're more fragile than you realize. Because if the income slows, the whole illusion cracks. The real cost of the upgrade illusion never shows up on your bank statement. It shows up in what you can't do. You can't take a long break. You can't say no easily. You can't pivot when something feels wrong. Because your life now has a monthly requirement. Every upgrade added weight. Every improvement raised the floor. So even though you earn more than ever, your margin for error is thinner than it's ever been. This is why people feel trapped at their best stage of life. The job isn't terrible. The lifestyle looks good from the outside. Quitting would look irrational. But inside, there's pressure. A quiet anxiety that says, I can't slow down. I can't mess up. I can't step off. And here's the cruel irony. The upgrades were supposed to give you freedom, but they did the opposite. They converted future time into present comfort. You didn't buy nicer things with money. You bought them with years of obligation. Years you now have to work to protect what you already own. And the longer this goes on, the harder it becomes to tell whether you're building a life or just maintaining one. The upgrade illusion only survives as long as you ask the wrong question. Most people ask, can I afford this upgrade? That question keeps you trapped forever. Because with enough income, the answer is almost always yes. The people who escape ask a different question. Does this upgrade buy freedom, or does it increase my dependence? That single filter changes everything. They stop upgrading for comfort and start upgrading for leverage. Instead of a bigger car implies more flexibility and work. Instead of a nicer place implies lower fixed costs and higher optionality. Instead of lifestyle inflation implies system inflation. They treat money like a tool, not a reward. And here's the paradox. When you stop chasing upgrades, your life doesn't get smaller. It gets lighter. You regain margin, you regain patience, you regain the ability to wait. And waiting is power, because the person who doesn't need the next upgrade is the person who can quietly invest, build, and compound, while everyone else is busy maintaining appearances. There's just one final realization left, the one that explains why this illusion keeps people spending for decades, and why breaking it early quietly changes your entire future. The upgrade illusion doesn't collapse on its own. It's comfortable. It's socially rewarded. It looks like success. So most people never question it. They keep upgrading their life to match their income, and then upgrading their income to protect their life. Decade after decade. From the outside, it looks like progress. From the inside, it feels like running in place, because the illusion promises happiness, but delivers permanent obligation. The people who win the long game don't reject comfort. They delay it. They understand something subtle but powerful. Every upgrade you postpone today is a future year of freedom you purchase tomorrow. And that's the real upgrade. Not a better phone, not a bigger house, not a nicer lifestyle, but the ability to choose how your time is spent without needing your income to keep proving who you are. Once you see the illusion, it loses its power. And from that moment on, every spending decision becomes a question of direction, not desire. That's how you stop spending forever and start building something that actually lasts.